I am doing Kafka here. So I have installed Kafka in my machine. Let me start PyCharm also. Open this. So to start Kafka, first we need to start the zookeeper. Okay, type cmd. So in my local system, if you see the C big data, so I have installed Kafka 2.12 3.72 version. Okay, now after starting that, we are starting the Kafka server.bat. So okay, now we are doing this Kafka server.bat. Do again cmd, press enter. So now it is initialization and creating a local host. It is setting some offset also. Okay, now you are creating a topic on the local host with replication factor 1 and partitions 1, and topic number is number 20. Let me make it as 22. Okay, again go to cmd. So you are creating November 22 topic. So now topic 22 got created, right? So this is for testing purpose. You are doing the console producer. You need to produce the data. So here what I am typing mmm age 23 Hyderabad, IIY 24 Chennai, UQ 35 Mumbai. Okay, so now you are doing a producer.bat, and this is the consumer code. So in the consumer code in PyCharm, you go to settings, version control. Okay, let it be that one. So you are putting Kafka Bootstrap server 1992 and our subscribing new topic, right? We have to give 22. Okay. For now, what we can do is comment this part, and also we can comment this part and enable this part. Now if you run the consumer code, right? By 89 tell 87. So I'm sending some messages in producer, and I'm trying to get it from the Kafka consumer code. So you got it right. Now it got started and it's reading. So this is one way. Okay, you're getting data from the Kafka producer in the local host and topic 22, and you're subscribing that on the consumer side by connecting to the local host and subscribing on the topic. Now if you want to do apply some uh, structure on the input data, you can uncomment this and write to Snowflake. Okay, let's put the table name as new live data. Okay, let's run this and rerun. Now if you go and put BPB 55 89 RET some 65 45. So you applied structure to the incoming data. First, um, Let's ask what is this error. So now not for streaming data frames. Okay. Okay, so you can write this append format console await termination. Okay. Let's do here once. Hmm. Hmm. So now we were getting key value pair, topic partition and offset and everything, right? So you want the value basically. So for that what you are doing is um, the df you are casting the value as string and applying some schema. So it's a structured streaming. Now you are writing that to Snowflake directly. So let's now rerun this again. Now you can go to Snowflake and copy username, password, SQL worksheet, go to this public tables. So you're not getting any data. So you got right now. There is a we are queuing some. So if you refresh again, you'll get the next value. So this is how the data is coming from your local Kafka producer and you are consuming it, and now you are sending the data to Snowflake. Basically, you're applying some structure to the incoming data. So it's a structured streaming. And now I go to nifi. Let's go to nifi. So nifi we have downloaded, right? You have to go to bin folder. In if you have any questions, right? You have to nifi. So nifi dot run nifi dot bat. This one. Let's run this. Okay. It's creating a process ID and it will start nifi. Let's go and bring the log type password. So you are getting the username, right? It would take some time to start. Nifi, right? Localhost. Hmm. Still, let's wait for 1 minute. Yeah, I think it started now. Let's paste the username, password. Hmm. So now you are doing configuring the processor. One is from API, and you are sending that record to Kafka. Okay, basically this is a producer code published to Kafka. If you do configure and go to properties, right, this is the API where we are getting random data and we are keeping all the things default. Settings, relationships we selected, right? Let's do this. Select, apply. Okay. Here, configure. Since now you created 22 topic, let's give 22. And here, random user API. So this is a JSON type data. So we are using record reader and record writer. Okay. Here we are selecting record read uh, writer and record reader enabled. In the publish Kafka under configure. Relationships we already selected. Now if you have to click start, here also you click start and refresh. Hmm. Okay. Let's create a relationship here. No start, no start. Yeah, if I refresh right now, I'm refreshing. Yeah, so the data is being sent here. It is queued now. Now if you go to do November 22, and do cmd. So now the data is coming from that API and it is publishing to Kafka. Okay. And from Kafka, now what I did is I'm writing consumer.bat. I mean, I did this consumer.bat. Basically, it is consuming here. It is coming from the API, sending it to publishing it to Kafka, and that we are consuming here. And now, if I want it to 22, now I want this apply some structure on this. Since if you see here, it has some data that is coming in, right? Like we already, where is that? We already saw, right? This structure has some data, latitude, longitude, email. So we are applying that structure here. And we are creating, it's a JSON data, we are applying explode on the JSON data, new column. Once it's exploded, we are selecting the gender, name, email registered, and we are creating user. Again on the exploded df for location, we are creating this one. So we are creating multiple tables. Okay, let's put like dim user one, location one, location two, picture one, fact user one. Okay, dim user one, location one, dim login, picture user. Okay, now we are sending it to, we are applying that so since it's a local host, our nifi is already producing the data, okay, continuously. Now we are sending that to the consumer via to Snowflake. We are applying that structure also, and we subscribed as November 22. Now if I run this, let's refresh this. Let's open this. Yeah, now place in editor. Now we have got our tables created, right? Place in editor. So we are getting some data. Picture, what is the columns we mentioned here for picture? Large, medium, thumbnail. Large, medium, thumbnail. So that is the way we are applying some structure to the incoming data that is coming through nifi Kafka. Okay, we can consume via this nifi.json.py, or if you want to see the data, you can see here also. So let me stop this, and we can go and stop, stop mtq, mtq, stop, delete this. So we checked on Kafka, producer, consumer code. So this is the producer code. If you want to generate some producer code here, you can do that here locally also, or you can create a topic, like you can create a topic and then you can also produce locally, like how we did here, and consume from here, or you can consume via consumer code and apply structure name age city, or you can get it from random API like we checked, right? Random user.api from nifi.